What is going on, everybody? I hope you are all doing well, and I want to welcome you to my 10th video. So, the month of October is National Bullying Prevention and Awareness Month. So, for today's video topic with National Bullying Prevention and Awareness Month, I want to talk about 5 ways to create and sustain an anti-bullying and welcoming environment for all. Bullying is an ongoing issue all over the world. It comes in various types of forms and can happen at various kinds of places. Especially with social media and the internet, it's escalated even more due to cyberbullying. And some of the most prominent places where bullying takes place include schools and the workplace. And another thing that I want to point out too is bullying not only impacts the victim themselves, but it also impacts their loved ones. It has a domino effect, a snowball effect. I know that from personal experience. When I was getting bullied and my loved ones saw me upset and crying and angry because of it, it made them feel the same way, and at times even more so. Not to mention, it also disrupted some of the dynamics in our household and in conversations. And that is because when I was so upset and angry about what was going on, it impeded me from wanting to participate in activities that we would do as a family and in conversations that we would have every single day, such as dinner conversations. Seriously, there were times for a period of time where if you were to talk to me and ask me how my day was going, I would just start spewing negativity because of everything that was going on. And I'm not ashamed to say that because I want to emphasize the profound impacts that bullying has on not just a person, but their loved ones, their environment, their context, and dynamics. So if you feel inclined to bully somebody and treat them terribly, remember that you're not just bullying that person, you're bullying their loved ones as well. Literally, bullying is so senseless, and it will never occur to me, and I will probably never understand it, how somebody can just go out of their way and treat somebody terribly and be fine with it. Bullying is so harmful in so many more ways than one. And with everything that I just said, I want to talk about 5 ways to create and sustain an anti-bullying and welcoming environment for everybody. The first way to create and sustain an anti-bullying environment is to take initiative to spread awareness and talk about it with others. Use your voice, whether that's in person, word of mouth, on social media, in groups, whatever it might be. And not only that, but use the information that you know about bullying to bring not only a objective or subjective statement about it, but also backed up facts. It's one thing to just say, oh, bullying's bad, and it's another to bring out a bunch of facts and also mixing in that subjective and objective information. The second way to create and sustain an anti-bullying environment is to intervene if you see bullying going on. Trust me, I know this can feel so uncomfortable at times. But if this makes you feel at least a little bit better about it, know that I'm not referring to yelling on the dot. That's only going to escalate things and make things worse. Get an idea of what's going on with a calm attitude, and as you analyze the situation and become more familiar with what's going on, then you can plan your next action steps. You can choose to either stay more calm and stay collected or get more stern. Again, it depends on the situation. Another thing to remember too is the person who you're sticking up for, you may have no idea what they're going through, not just from what you're seeing, but behind the scenes too. And by you showing them that you support them and that you're by their side, that can do wonders. That can make a huge difference that you may not even realize. By you doing that, you can increase their sense of safety, and that can increase their will to want to stick up for themselves even more. And who knows, maybe you can make a new friend by doing that. You sticking up for that person, they reciprocate, they give you the thank you, and you can form a new relationship, a new bond. And not to mention, you feel great and it's like a self-reward. And another way I want to mention about intervening is not just physically getting involved, but also telling people about the situation. The more people that you tell about the situation, the more people that are going to have eyes and ears for it. And then when something happens, you're going to have more people looking out for it and trying to stop it. At that point, you are going to have a bullying takedown team. The third way is just to be a role model. Smile at somebody, say hello to somebody, hold the door for somebody, ask somebody how they're doing. If you see somebody sitting alone, ask them if they want to join you. Compliment somebody on their clothing. Compliment somebody on something that they did that day. Treat everybody with respect and kindness and compassion. It costs $0, 0 cents, 0% plus tax to do all those things. The fourth way is to remember that respect is crucial and respect is a two-way street. You don't have to like and be fond of every single person that you meet. That is not realistic. You don't have to agree with every single person that you meet. Again, that's not realistic. You don't have to have the same values and beliefs as every single person that you meet. Unrealistic. What's important to you might not be important to somebody else and vice versa. Remember that every single one of us thinks differently. Nobody thinks exactly the same. Remembering that every single person thinks differently and nobody thinks exactly the same can be a motivator to foster more of an open mind, to be receiving of and want to learn more about other people's views and opinions. The fifth and final way that I'm going to mention and discuss today is to not criticize or make fun of somebody for things that they can't control. How would you feel if somebody was trying to bring you down and make fun of you and criticize you for something that you literally have absolutely no control over? Probably terrible, right? And when somebody tries to criticize somebody else for things that they can't control, that person might try to take control of it even more and more, and that just spirals into a ball of negativity, leading to potentially more negative and serious events down the road. And one more thing that I will say today is don't have the idea in your mind that you are just one person, so you don't think you can make a huge difference. That is not true at all. Each and every one of us, even if it's just one person trying to make that difference, can make a wave, can get so many people on board from awareness about it, and that can do wonders. So don't ever undermine yourself, because you can do a lot more than you think. Just be kind, everybody. It's so easy. Thank you for tuning in to this video, and stay tuned for my next one.